The Leaving Today podcast, the show about the news, history, and attractions of the Disneyland Resort.
Well, come on, Wendy. Let's go.
But where are we going?
To Neverland.
Neverland.
Hello, and hello. Welcome to the Leaving Today podcast, episode number 145, year 6, if you can believe it. We are officially kicking off year 6 of the LTP.
What?
I know, right? We started this in 2016, February.
Wow.
Yeah. A long full 5 years, so let's see how the year 6 goes. Yep, Udi's making the cross that you can't see online or on the radio.
And I'm not Catholic.
No. This year she'll take us to probably episode 175. I'm sure this is more, and we'll probably put 30 out this year. Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, why not?
Why not?
Thank you so much for joining us. My name is Mark, one of the co-hosts here. Tonight we're doing things a little bit differently. Usually Udi and Jess are here, but just the way it is, I'm doing a little FaceTime audio in to Udi. And Jess is working tonight. But hey, Udi, what up?
Hey, what up?
So sitting, I would say, to the right of me, but he's not. He's sitting actually right in front of me, is the Trail Masher Puppets, Udi. Yeah.
Good evening.
Good evening. Sorry, guys. I'm all out of sorts with all this stuff. It's been like 3 weeks since we've done this. Tonight's show is going to be fairly short. Compared to everything, the last 2 or 3 have been crazy long, but tonight's going to be pretty short.
We had the double marathon.
Yes, we did. So we're going to go over the news tonight and probably we're going to start a new series called Pro Tips, and we're going to start off with Main Street USA. We actually had collected some of this information like in November, but we got other stuff coming up and other shows to do, so it actually fits in nice today. So we're going to go through some of those. Let's see. If you would like to get a hold of us or get in touch with us or support this show, you can through our Patreon link, and you can find that at leavingtodaypodcast.com. Click on the Patreon link, and we make it super simple: $1, $3, or $5. And for that, you get to be on the show, and you get some very cool swag. Yeah. And let's see what else. You can find us at Instagram at Leaving Today Podcast, and everything's on there via Linktree. Okay, so tonight we did a little pre-show live. And tonight's question came from Seth. Remember what his question was exactly, Udi?
How much of a disaster is Genie Plus going to be?
Mm-hmm.
And how long will it last?
Yes, that is the opening question. Because this actually will tie into one of our news stories, so we can probably just cover this now, I suppose. Do you want to go first on that, Udi?
Oh, yeah. We haven't been very shy overall about our opinion on that wonderful Genie Plus app.
Right.
Hey, Spooky.
Yeah. Sorry, my cat is just jumping around the place.
Overall, we have brought up the fact that Genie Plus is clearly more designed for Florida.
Yeah.
That kind of park, the way it's spread out, and the sheer amount of area to cover. Okay. But for Disneyland proper, it is a much smaller park. The footprint is much tighter.
Mm-hmm.
And the whole premium attraction thing doesn't really operate. I mean, because if you really want to look at it, the only real premium, and I'm air quoting premium attraction, is going to be Rise. Okay? Everything else, when you really look at it now, we can even go to Smuggler's Run, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Smuggler's Run, at this point now in the timeline of the park and Galaxy's Edge, is now staple, okay?
Yes.
It is a simulator. At the point of opening, nothing groundbreaking other than you're in the Falcon. The interactivity of what's going on outside of the cockpit, that was new.
Yes.
But overall, base attraction simulator.
Yeah.
Anyway, so to let me tie this up where I'm going with it. Everything else we have, whether it be Indy, Mansion, not going to be open when I'm there. Jungle Cruise, Pirates, Space, Thunder. We can go over DCA, Radiator Springs.
Yeah.
Mission Breakout. Even the new Web Slingers.
Yeah.
All of them. Even though I haven't been on Web Slingers, I will be on in 10 days. I'll be in the park.
Yes.
So by the time this comes out, it'll be a week or so.
Yeah, yeah.
Till I'm there. Anyway. And there's nothing that really, other than Rise, again, would even remotely get me close to thinking I want to pay for that. Okay, that is a Lightning Plus thing. Other than that, they took the Fast Pass idea, and they fixed something that wasn't broken.
Right.
Again, because as most corporations and our wonderful, wonderful, wonderful federal government tries to do, is they try to homogenize the whole thing because it's easier for them, right?
Yeah.
So overall, when you remove the individuality of it, of the parks, then it takes away from the shininess. You know, the ooh shiny factor kind of goes away. So overall, I think I will see how it operates, obviously, when I'm in the park.
Right.
It'll be a learning curve that I'm pretty sure I'm going to want to throw my phone at least once. While I'm there. And I think overall, because I have yet to see anything that makes me want to change my mind, that it is going to be an unmitigated disaster for Disneyland proper.
Right, right.
And I think that they will try to fix that app before they get rid of it. So I feel like we're going to be stuck with it for a while. Maybe a year.
Yeah.
Maybe even 2. I hate to put it that. The only way that we don't have to deal with that for that long, and I always say it, is if you get any kind of survey talking about, hey, how was your experience using that app? And it was horrid. Fill it out.
Right.
Fill it out and send it in. That means, like I said, Disneyland that means they're actively looking for the will of the people, the vibe coming from the people going to the park.
Yeah.
So if you're extremely unhappy, be a Karen in an email. I'm going to need to get water.
Okay.
But I'll let me finish my thought, and then and let them know and be honest. So I will tell you this now, that if I go, or when I go, and if I do get a survey and I am not happy with it, I will be right there filling it out and letting them know my thoughts on the whole thing. So yeah, we're gonna be stuck with it for a while, and I think it's horrible. Again, I have not seen one thing that makes me go like, hey, you know what? Nah, not going to be so bad. I will go into the app this week, weekend into next week before I go, and kind of start playing with it to figure it out. That way I'm semi-ready for when we actually step into the park.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, you bring up some really good points. I mean, this is some version of Max Pass we had, which, in my opinion, they didn't need to even fix. I thought it worked fine. But with Genie Plus, you get to, reserve an attraction in DCA while you're in Disneyland. So you still get that, but you can only do it once. So once you punch that card, it's gone. And like the 3 big attractions aren't even available on Genie Plus without a surcharge. And $20 to ride Rise, No. I mean, what's going to happen? You're going with a group of how many people? 7, 8?
7.
7. That's $140 extra. No one's going to do that.
No, unless you have a lot of money. No, I already told my family, like, hey, we're going to go. And we had this talk the other day.
Yeah.
That we walk in on the 15th. I'm super excited because this is going to be my nephew's, Cooper, his first time in the park.
Ever?
Ever.
Oh, jeez.
Elizabeth, my niece, we were talking about it, and we were trying to figure out when the last time she went, and probably was like 7, 8 years ago when she was maybe 8. My other nephew, Mateo, he went, but he was probably like 3. 3 or 4, I think.
Okay.
Run down and ask him. And then, my mom hasn't been in years, and my brother hasn't been in years either.
Jeez, okay.
So it's really going to be, the big thing other than Galaxy's Edge for them is going to be DCA.
Right.
Before.
Well, maybe just being at the park is a big enough thing. I mean.
Well, yeah, and I mean, we know. I mean, we've been lucky enough to see the changes over the years because of how often we go. But I'm really going to have a fun time watching them because we often talk about how when we take people. And especially people who haven't been a long time or first timers, how we can help them enjoy the park a little bit deeper.
Yep.
So, definitely. So anyway, so back to the point of it was, I already told them that we're going to go, and I'm going to break tradition and go right to Galaxy's Edge.
Okay. Which we've done before.
Yep. And this will be, so that'll be Saturday. On Sunday, I will revert to tradition and drag them along with me.
Okay.
Well, it's family, so we'll see how it goes.
We'll see how it goes. Yeah.
Yeah. Because I have a feeling we're going to be a lot of like, well, Udi, where are we going to go now?
It's a lot of pressure, man.
That's fine.
No, I know. It's fine.
I have no problem.
Okay.
But anyway, so we're going to go right into Rise, and
you're going to be doing standby for that.
Yeah.
Oh, actually, that's something I want to bring up while we're talking about this is so far since this Genie Plus has been rolling out. You don't have to buy this for $20. You can just go stand in line to do like a standby if you so choose.
Yeah.
But what is happening is what I'm seeing is that there's a line for standby and a line for Lightning or for Genie Plus, whatever I want to call it, Fast Pass, and there's 2 different lines. Well, it turns out that CMs are just pulling all these Genie Plus people through and kind of waiting for the standby people at the very end. So they're making it almost seem like, dude, you didn't pay for the $20. Now you're gonna pay for standing in line by not going on, which I think is JV. I think that's Bush League. They shouldn't be doing that.
No.
So they're almost forcing you, almost like mocking you, saying, "Oh, you guys in Big Thunder, that is the whole standby line. Guess what? These other guys paid, and these guys are just going to keep going through while you stand there. And maybe, if we're lucky, we're going to let you guys in once every 20 groups, once every 30 groups. And like, oh, great, thanks."
Well, again, I'm going to tell you.
Yeah.
That won't fly for very long.
No.
It won't.
No,
it won't.
But when I was there in September, we did Matterhorn, and we didn't wait more than 25 minutes, maybe 30 minutes. Now they're sitting at 85 minutes. all because of this nonsense. It's like they don't even have to turn it on for Matterhorn. So, yeah, I don't know. We probably have to deal with this for a year or so and then figure out what, hopefully people go, yeah, this kind of sucks. Yeah. So anyways.
And again, the key factor is going to be the park. We have talked about it before. That we get that feeling they're trying to get rid of the local feel.
Yeah.
But they're not. They're not going to.
No.
It is embedded, rather, into that park too deep into its bones. You know what I mean?
I know exactly what you mean.
So they will never get rid of that. So what's going to wind up happening, I really feel like, is the bulk of the people will not deal with that. Maybe they'll do it one time.
Yeah.
And then they'll go, okay.
Well, what are you guys going to pay for Genie Plus?
No.
Okay.
I'm not.
What if your brother does?
I don't think he will. We'll
And then what that mean? Then if like 3 people out of 7 do it, are you going to join in?
No. What I'm going to do again is I'm going to play with the app.
Yeah.
Try to get a feel for it, and then I will sit down and do what we do as a family when we have things like that. We literally all the 3 heads of the family. So my mom, my brother, and me.
Yeah.
We sit down and we talk about it. We have a very hey, here's the pros. Even when we were planning the trip, we literally sat around the kitchen table, each broke out our phone or my iPad, and we just started each looking and jumped around. And we talked about how we're going to do it. So we'll do that again as a family. We'll figure it out, okay, what do we want to do? And if it comes to a point of okay, we want to do it, then we'll all do it.
Sure.
Or we won't.
Yeah.
It's not going to be no halfies. We're going to go all in or all out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay, well, that was the opening question. Thank you, Seth, for that spirited discussion.
Thank you.
Yeah, so let's move on over to the news now, because that's what the next segment is of the show.
You listen to me now. You are talking about things that you do not understand.
All right, so here is the news. Now, we covered the Genie Plus thing in the opening question, so that is in my news notes, but we're not going to cover that right now. So, first item is Disneyland announces new Toontown birthday party experience. Disney announced a new premium experience today that may prove to be extremely popular with well-heeled visitors, or those just willing to splurge for a once-in-a-lifetime birthday celebration. The new Celebrate, and that's with an exclamation point, in Mickey's Toontown package is being offered on a trial basis from January 19th to March 6th of 2022. The package offers a private party at Mickey's Toontown house for families and groups of up to 10 people. Disney says the 90-minute birthday experience includes cupcake decorating, games, crafts, a Disney photo pass, photo opportunity with Mickey Mouse, and quicker entry into Gadget Go coaster. The cost is $350 per party, and party size is strictly limited to 10 guests, including infants. Of course, theme park admission and Disneyland park reservations are required. The reservations have not opened yet, but you can check it out on the Disneyland website. It's been a number of years since Disney offered the My Disney birthday party experience at the Plaza Inn restaurant, which was a fun and affordable way for groups to celebrate special occasions. These days, official birthdays at Disneyland page gives suggestions for booking character meals or sending a floral arrangement to a Disneyland hotel. You can also pre-order Disneyland cakes and stuff like that, and have it delivered to different spots throughout the resort. Okay. Are you okay with that, Rudy? Oh, no?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Meh.
I can see them doing it at a restaurant like Plaza Inn or maybe even Blue Bayou, but some sort of like little celebration. But like renting out a little section seems kind of beneath Disneyland. No? Yes?
No, I mean, well, again, it depends on how they do everything. Like anything.
Right.
If they do it like Disney can and should, then it'll be fine. I mean, for little kids and whatnot, I mean, it'll be fine.
Yeah.
You know, Toontown, you know, that makes me kind of feel like they're trying to prep the area and try to get people reinvigorated and excited for the area for the redo that they're going to do.
Yes.
And then obviously for Runaway. So I hope that they do it well. I hope that the that they don't go cheap with it, and they have a good offering. So and really, when you look at it, $35 a piece for a person, not bad.
No, that's not bad.
No. So I mean, and again, for a little kid, if you have a birthday party, I mean, overall, it's not that bad. I will never plan on doing that.
No, but don't you think, like, if you're walking through some land and they start renting out a section for a party, that's kind of like cheapens your experience at the park?
Again, it depends without knowing where they're going to do it.
Yeah.
It all depends. Location, my friend.
Yeah. I mean, and Toontown, I guess, would be the right spot for it, right?
Yeah.
Because no one, I mean, you and I aren't going there.
I mean, you could do that in Fantasy Fair or something like that in that area.
Yeah.
But, again, I think for Toontown, they're trying to begin to try to get that migration back into that dead spot in the park, really.
Right. Okay, well, we'll see how it goes. I mean, I just want to put a caveat on that, is that you and I never go back there, but once they do the redo in 2023, because they're shutting down Toontown fairly soon for the rest of the year. We're gonna go check that out, and we're gonna go check out Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway.
Okay.
I can't say it fast enough, but the whole retheming of that is gonna be very, very cool.
Yeah, and they're since we're not gonna get it blown up, much to my chagrin,
Right.
and we're not getting a redo Tomorrowland yet. Again.
Yeah.
I get the feeling that they're doing everything they can to, revitalize it. So they're going to retheme it. They're going to have the Railway.
Yeah.
And then the redo of, Roger Rabbit.
Right.
So that will get me in there for what? The hour and a half that it may take me to go through it all, depending on mine.
Right.
And I'm fully prepared to be like, and one and done. Unless Runaway is what everybody's saying is amazing.
Oh, yeah.
More than one. That may become one of those things like, okay, do I venture over there?
Sure, yeah.
For it. Yeah, we'll find out.
Yeah, I think it might be one of those things where you want to revisit every trip. I'm hoping so.
Yeah.
So another question about Toontown for you, just now since we're on the topic real quick, is that, if you look at a map, going through Toontown, just the other side is Galaxy's Edge. Mm-hmm. And I think they already have gates there.
Nope.
What do you mean they don't?
No. You're talking about making a walkthrough?
I am.
No.
Would that you would say that you wouldn't like that? What are you saying? No.
No.
Why is that?
You don't need another one.
3's enough?
3.
Okay. Yeah, I feel you. And really, go ahead.
Hey, that would wreck the flow.
Yeah.
I think a lot of our listeners already been through Galaxy's Edge, so you understand the flow and you understand what we're talking about.
Yeah.
We've talked at length about the flow of Galaxy's Edge and how how to do it. I feel properly.
Yes.
And so if you do that, you're going to add an extra thoroughfare for really no reason.
No.
I don't think. The only thing that I could even remotely say, like, okay, you're going to do that if you're adding another something into Galaxy's Edge, into that back corner.
Mm-hmm.
Other than that, nah. Because the way...
yeah, I mean, right. If they had like a third attraction or a themed restaurant or something over there, that would be a nice addition to be able to walk through there.
Yeah, because as we know, you've flown to Galaxy's Edge, you kind of come to the end of it right at Smuggler's Run, which to me is very like you build even with going through Critter Country, and then you walk in and you have that build of anticipation.
Mm-hmm.
Even with, through Critter Country, the first thing you run into is Rise, which is the penultimate attraction.
Mm-hmm.
Even with that, and even if you do what we're going to do, where we're planning, just jumping right in.
Yeah.
Even with that, you still need to walk and let Galaxy's Edge and the Black Spire build and come out, and let it kind of reveal itself to you as you walk.
Yeah, for sure. Absolutely.
And to culminate in the Falcon, don't ruin that. Don't ruin that.
Nope.
Don't make a back door to the Falcon where you're going to come in from like, oh, look, the Falcon from the side. No.
I feel you on that. And besides, I mean, if you were to walk from Toontown back until the entrance of Galaxy's Edge, I mean, providing you don't stop, it's what, 5 or 6 minute walk, right? Maybe?
Yeah.
Maybe? Yeah. But
no, from Toontown?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, less than 10.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, for sure.
Yep. Okay. Well, interesting. Well, good. Mm-hmm. We shall see how that all transpires over there. Mm-hmm. Next, sticking in the same vicinity, next news item is Tale of the Lion King and Celebrate Gospel move over to Disneyland. The Tale of the Lion King debuted in the summer of 2019 at DCA and was hit with a hit with park visitors, despite being, Udi's making like a wishy-washy hand sign. Yeah, we walked by it. It was cringy at best to me.
Yeah, we were not very impressed by that.
I mean, we could have been just at an odd time, or the actor was not maybe...
Or a bad performance.
But we all looked at each other and were like, nah, this ain't it. So that is going to go over to the Fantasyland Theater, which is going to be right next to Toontown, and it's replacing Mickey and the Magical Map. So Mickey and the Magical Map is done. It's done. Its run is over. Yeah.
For how long?
Well, I think it's gone forever.
Well, yeah, we both know that forever doesn't last.
Forever doesn't last. It's magic at Disneyland. Anything can come back.
Correct.
Right? So Disney also announced that Celebrate Gospel, an annual festival of gospel music performed by local choirs, will move to the Fantasyland Theater during select days in February. Yeah.
I'm there. I want to go to that.
I think that sounds great. Yeah.
Oh,
yeah. The event started as a single-day festival at DCA in 2010 to commemorate Black History Month. Event organizers said at the time that they had hoped to make it a larger annual tradition, and it looks like that goal has finally been achieved. I think that's awesome. I think that's a great move on Disney.
Very cool.
To incorporate.
Very cool.
Yeah, for sure.
Man, if you can...
What?
Gospel music, man. If you can connect with that music...
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I'm curious to see what it is, and I'm glad that they're using local choirs as opposed to just some hired hands or whatever. Oh, so it gives people a chance to sing in Disneyland.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Next item is more nighttime entertainment to return in 2022.
Woo-hoo!
Disney reiterated last week that Fantasmic, World of Color, Main Street Electrical Parade, and the Disneyland Forever Fireworks Show will return to Disneyland and DCA DCA in 2022. Though absolutely no additional details were provided about what we might expect to see in these productions. The Main Street Electrical Parade will commemorate its 50th anniversary at Disneyland in 2022. Disney has confirmed the return of most floats, including Elliott and Tinkerbell. Yeah, sure. I understand, I guess, bringing it back for his 50th, but I don't know. I mean, well, I don't know what to say about that. It's a traditional. It's a tradition now, I suppose.
Yeah. I mean, we've said it before, and I've said it before. The only parade that I ever really remember from me growing up is that one.
Yep.
I mean, really. So you can go on and on about parades. Most people already know my feelings about parades. They're kind of meh.
Right.
But Electrical Parade, Yeah, I still remember the advertisement on TV, you know, the commercial, all that.
Oh my gosh, right? Yeah, yeah.
So, you know.
Yeah. when I hear the music and I see the lights and everything, it just reminds me of summer nights. You know, like the warm summer nights down there, and just that thing going off, and then thinking, okay, it's done. Now I have a couple hours left in the park. So. Yep.
Yeah, I mean, overall, okay.
Yeah. Okay, and the last news item here for this evening. This is great. This got announced earlier this week. Grad Night will return to Disneyland Resort in May. Disneyland Resort has just confirmed the return of Grad Night, as I just said, in May and June after a 2-year absence. The after-hours private event allows current high school graduates to enjoy the park alongside fellow graduates. It was canceled in 2020 and 2021 due to COVID-19, but the event will return this year. And there's a bunch of select dates. You can find this out on Disneyland.com. Tickets range from $89 to $180. And it will take place at DCA from 9 until 2 a.m. Yeah. Mm-hmm. That is great. That is great news. I never got to participate in a Grad Night. Did you?
Me either.
Oh, didn't you go for something? You were there for something in a band or something.
Just worked it.
Yeah, but no, I thought you got to perform or something in a band.
No, I went with high school choir band, and we were there, but we didn't perform there.
Okay.
I'll go there for Grad Night.
Okay.
I forgot when we went. But yeah. I've never been to a Grad Night.
Okay, yeah, neither. Well, I miss that one.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, I think my daughters could have gone or something and it got canceled, but I don't know. Whatever. I'm just glad it's back.
Yeah.
But I would know not to even go to the park during those times. Okay, well, that is the current news because we talked about Genie Plus and Lightning Lane earlier, so I don't want to rehash that. So now I guess let's go over to our one with Jess is not going on tonight because she's not here. And let's see here. Let's go to our feature presentation then, yeah? Feature presentation.
And now for our feature presentation.
Okay, so this is our feature presentation. We're going to keep it lighthearted on this show tonight because it's our first one of 2022. We're going to start a new series about like pro tips. And we solicited answers from listeners on Instagram and I don't know where else. Maybe on our live chat at some point. So let's go over some of these pro tips that you can, on your next visit you can do. So Mommy Blue says, take it slow, let people pass you, but if you see the porches open, all bets are off. Do you agree with that, Woody?
Wait, what?
She said, take it slow, let people pass you, but if you see the porches open, all bets are off. Agreed. Absolutely agreed. Yes.
Like, I won't be rude to the park, but man, oh man.
Yes, I know.
I don't want to be kicking the stroller out from Grandma. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah.
I wouldn't kick it out from her. I'd just nudge her over.
Jennifer said, hey, soak it in. My favorite thing to do is sitting on the porch. After park close, get an ice cream and Gibson Girl and go over and sit on the porch and watch everyone leave until security comes and says,
you gotta go.
You gotta go. That has the magical time of the evening. Wait a minute. She's kind of said a couple of different things. Yep. Until she says, you gotta go. So I totally agree with that. That is a pro tip. Even if you're there for just one day, just make it doesn't have to be the very last thing you do, but it definitely helps. And it's a nice way to end your day at the park. I've done that more times than I mean, most of the times I'm doing that, even on a multi-day trip, if I can swing it.
Yeah.
Okay. Eric Doman, we just talked to him earlier tonight, says, walk on the right while entering and exiting. Try not to stop at the flow of traffic like rules of the road. Oh, okay. Yep. He's right on that. Absolutely right. Seth? No, Sasquatch is Efren. Sorry. He says, don't rush. Oh, great. Okay, don't rush.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Okay, Walt Izzy, that is, yeah. Look up at the windows for some true Disney history. Yes.
Yep.
Uh-huh. Gare Bear, 55, says, don't plan every moment of the day. Number 1. Number 2, don't rush all day. Take an hour or 2 to slow down, relax, and enjoy the music, sights, and sounds. And 3, Disneyland can be the most stressful or relaxing day ever. It's about perspective and expectation.
I'm going to humbly disagree. It isn't stressful at all.
You don't think it's stressful at all? No, I don't think
I
it
don't
is.
stress.
The only stress was the opening day for Rise for me.
Yeah, and only it was more anticipation.
Yeah.
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 But I really hardly ever, I can't think of the last time I stressed at the park.
No. Hey, Fernando says, as soon as you walk in, soak it all in. Slow down, even for just a few seconds. Yep, I agree wholeheartedly with that. Wholeheartedly. And that was it. That was all the people we got. That's actually quite a few people.
Well, you know what I find very interesting about that list that we got?
What?
That look at what a lot of them were the general feel for most of them. Take your time.
Take your time. Do not rush. Yeah.
Do not rush through Main Street.
No.
And you know, that is one of the things I was going to say too is like don't go, okay. Let me back it up.
Okay.
Going in through the right. We've said that before. We continue to say that. I think we converted you, Mark. That originally you were just going as you go in kind of guy.
Yep, totally, absolutely right.
So after that, take your time. Enjoy the history and understand what you're walking through. We've talked about it before, about how so much thought and care was put into Main Street. A lot of people use it as, and we've said a lot of people see it as a thoroughfare to get to the hub and begin their adventure.
Yes.
We have often told people, second you cross into it, you go underneath the bridge.
Mm-hmm.
Your adventure has begun. You don't have to get to the hub to begin.
Good point.
Your adventure, really, you could make that. I will make the argument that your adventure begins the second you go through the gate. But understanding what you're walking into is kind of important. So my pro tip would be, like many of them said, take your time. Slow down.
Mm-hmm.
Look at the history and significance of what Main Street is.
Yep. Understanding
the forced perspective that is built into it. Understanding how your day is now being set in front of you. Your path to walk to enjoy your day is now in front of you. And you literally got to go walk.
Yeah.
So definitely take your time. The other thing that I will say is that looking up into the windows, understanding, know where Walt's apartment is.
Yeah, I was going to say that. Yep.
Which, if you don't know, Firehouse, when you're coming out, it's up there. Okay? But looking at the dioramas, one of the things that I always enjoyed was the dioramas in the shop windows.
Oh, and the Emporium.
Correct.
Yeah, those are great, man.
Those are fantastic.
Such the detail and everything, yeah.
Yeah. Take a moment and stop and look. And so if you take your time through that in the entirety of Main Street, both as you're entering the park and as you're leaving the park, you're going to see so much rich history. The porch is by far the best place to hang out, in my opinion, to watch people and just take in the magic of Main Street and the park.
Yep.
So the last pro tip I'll give, which is one of the ones that I'm going to be very happy to share with my mom.
Yeah.
Flag retreat.
Yes, I was hoping you were going to get to this.
Yeah.
Yes.
I have often said that the flag retreat for me is a very special moment, and as the family trip we were planning, I talked to my mom, and she said, "Oh yes, we need to do that."
Yes. Yep.
I highly recommend anybody who has not, you need to do that. And not only for the act of respecting our country, our flag, but also as a point of respect to everyone who has served, and also out of respect for the country that was able to give us Walt Disney and Disneyland Park.
Yes.
So it is a very patriotic ceremony, filled with a lot of pomp and circumstance, really. Full band, marching band, all the music they played. But it's done very respectfully and done with a lot of honor. So, yeah, definitely. Usually it's done around 4 to 4:30.
Yeah.
So definitely do that. And go get ice cream and Gibbs and Grill.
Absolutely, right?
I took that one from you.
Yeah, you did. You did. I'm going to say a lot of the same things you said, Udi. So, like, there was a time when, like, the girls and stuff, or whomever I was with, would go on Star Tours. And Star Tours is definitely not my jam. So I would take that moment and stroll up and down Main Street just by myself and not talk to anyone. Well, I don't talk to strangers, really, unless they talk to me, whatever. But just kind of do my own thing. And, I'm not going to get an ice cream by myself without the girls. But I would go... I actually like going to the Main Street train station and going not up to the top, but like halfway up to the top where there is that little like concourse area, and you can look straight down Main Street. There's even benches on either side. I just sit there and I see life and I see everything unfolding. I see the castle way at the end. I see people laughing and taking pictures and popcorn and ice cream and all this stuff and balloons, and it's just like there's so much joy there. So I would encourage anyone who, if you have a couple minutes, just go up there and just take it in and look and take some pictures and just see what's going on down there. And any time of the day is fine, for sure. You can do that. I also say, since it's part of Main Street, do take the Disneyland Railroad from there, do a grand circle tour of the park, come back, and then walk down Main Street again. Yep, Gibson Grill is also on my list. That's something, you're not having a bad day if you have ice cream at Disneyland. There are far worse things you could be doing. And I don't know, is the Hub considered Main Street? I don't think it is it? Okay, so we won't talk about that. I like going in there too, but
no, but I mean, I don't know where else you would put it.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, so that is part of Main Street, right?
I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, why not? I mean, I don't. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'll go with yeah.
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 Oh, okay. Well, you know, it also, if you can get if you get a chance to, try to grab lunch or dinner at Carnation Cafe on Main Street and sit outside, or Plaza Inn. Any of those places are just, they're just magical. I suppose I can't think of another word for it, because you're right there and you hear everything. So do that. And, I think some of the stores on Main Street are different. They carry some different merchandise than what you'll find at World of Disney. You'll definitely get a better guest experience on Main Street there.
Mm-hmm.
But the Emporium and Disneyland Clothiers, and yeah, and I think someone else had mentioned, I think it was Walt Izzy, that said, take time and look at the windows and understand the history. Mm-hmm. Because that right there is the highest form of Disney compliment, is to have your name on Main Street. That means you did something important. And, maybe if you see some names you don't recognize, which I imagine a lot of people won't, a great time to look them up and say, hey, what did she do? Yeah. Oh, she did this. Or what did he do? He did that. And you can begin your own Disney history stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh,
well,
go ahead.
No, I completely agree with you that, again, if you take your time and really want to take in fully, or begin to try to take in the park fully, it really begins there.
Yeah.
Because we've often said it, and you cannot say this about any other Disney property. Walt walked there.
Yep. Preach.
So we've said it before, and I've made the comment where I've sat on the Main Street station on that bench at night. I have a picture somewhere, which makes me want to go find it again. And I took a picture of Main Street at night. Mm-hmm. And I had a moment of, like, Mark, you know me. Often I have moments of these quiet kind of contemplations in my own head.
Yep.
And I remember, sitting there going, Walt, how many times did Walt sit right here or stand right where I am, look down what he had created, and how did he feel? Mm-hmm. Me being a visitor and understanding how I feel, my connection to the park and my joy in the park.
Yeah.
And I only could imagine how he would, obviously critically, at one point, looking at it, making sure everything is to his liking. But beyond that, watching the joy of the people, knowing that he began that park for that reason. And you see that come to fruition after all the sacrifice and all the hard work, and having that sense of pride.
Yep.
That he must have felt. I mean, in my line of work, I will finish a project. I finished one project that I've been working on off and on for 2.5, 3 years almost, about a month ago. And I left that project that day, and I kind of had that moment of, like, man, all the things that I had to do here, all the pain, the hardship, the fun, the learning, the challenges, everything that I had to overcome. But looking back and going, but I did it.
You did it.
And that is just for my line of work. Then looking at him and knowing everything that he had to pull together to make that happen.
Right.
So, in order for people to begin to maybe understand why, if they don't get it, why the park is so unique, again, against any other theme park in the world.
Yep.
You have to begin to look at the history. You have to understand the history of Walt, the history of Walt Disney, all the way back to animation studios, all of that. And when you get that, you can unlock what the park really is. So
Yep.
if you want, again, take your time. I think that is going to be the overarching theme over everything.
Yes.
Take time. Don't use it as a highway,
No.
but use it as a backcountry road and enjoy your time on it. I mean, I went for my birthday, is what I did. Like, what do you want to do? And I'm like, I know what I'm going to do. Jumped in a car. I jumped in my car and went driving some backcountry roads. It was one of the best birthdays I've had in a very long time.
Oh, good.
And only because I had that moment of just taking in, the world around me. And that
Right.
is a perfect place to do it. And I think people can get a better layer of enjoyment. And we'll go through the pro tips for Land, and we've done it before, and we will always bring up why each separate part of the park has a significant piece into the entire puzzle.
Yep. Absolutely. Yep.
But yeah.
Good. Very good points, Udi. And that's actually a great way to end this segment. I can't really add to it, but yeah, what you said was right. I mean, there's so much history there, especially for the park history. I mean, the oldest building in the park is right there. It's Great Moments with Mr. Lincoln. That used to be the mill.
The mill.
The mill, and that's what they used
all the lumber.
Yep, that's where they used to build other buildings. And if you guys, listeners out there, ever get a chance to see the old photos of Main Street as it's being constructed, it's going to blow your mind.
Oh yeah,
what they're doing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, Udi, have you ever gotten your foot caught in the streetcar track there?
No.
Okay, you've never been tripped up at all?
No, I have been tripped up, but I've never gotten caught in it.
Yeah, I
Not
guess.
that I can remember.
I guess that's what I meant. Have you ever been tripped up?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I think that's
Yeah,
like.
but you know what? That has been a long time because I think people like us, we go to the park, we get that muscle memory. We know, we need to be right over here.
Yeah. Right. Totally. I mean,
we'll dance right on the edge of it because we know where it is.
Yeah. I think that's a rite of passage, though, isn't it? To get caught.
Oh
in
yeah.
that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Sure.
Right on. So, hey, listeners, thank you so much for submitting your pro tip. I did enjoy that, and I think we do have a common theme. It's just take it slow, take it down a few notches, enjoy it, enjoy the day off, enjoy your escapism, and that's it. All begins there. Your adventure does begin as soon as you cross underneath the trestles.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Oh. Okay. So
On the right.
On the right, and Udi is correct about that. He's right about most things. Not everything, but most things. He's right.
Hey.
What?
You got it. 99%. 95.
Nah. Yeah, about 95, 96 in that area. Yeah, we're good. I'll take it. And that's why he's on the LTP, because he's always right.
Oh wow, yeah.
Yeah.
By the good graces of Mark Landucci is why I'm on the park.
Not my good graces. You volunteered for this. for this experiment.
Yeah. 6 years. Holy crap! We're gonna hit our anniversary.
You mean like 100 shows? You mean 200 shows?
No, our like physical start anniversary.
Yeah, from February. Yeah.
February what?
I'll have to look back at the archives. I mean, a little TMI here. We actually recorded it like in January, episode 1, but it took me almost 2 months, month and a half, to get enough courage to actually publish the episode 1. That's how afraid I was of the whole thing.
Yeah, big fraidy cat.
I was, dude. So, yep, absolutely. Yeah, we're gonna hit that 6-year mark soon. So,
but now you're a vet. We're a vet.
Yeah, we are veterans of the podcast world.
Yeah, and I want to thank you real quick for from the guys from the Mando show again.
Yeah, of course.
For hopping on.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, and coming on, let us use your place again.
Anytime.
And yeah, for anybody of our listeners who are not Mando show listeners, Mark was in our last episode. We talked Book of Boba Fett.
Yeah, absolutely. I really enjoyed it. You guys are really, really good on your Star Wars stuff.
Thank you.
Yeah, for sure. So it's a completely different level than I am on that stuff. But it's all good fun. And
yeah. No, and you had good points, and you brought a good vibe to it, and yeah. I know we had to twist your arm a little bit, but I'm glad you came on.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, in fact, I was going to sit there and watch the football game, but no, you're jumping in. I'm like, okay, that's fine.
Yeah.
Whatever. Yeah, so anyways, this is going to wrap up episode number 145. We've got a lot of good shows, a lot of good ideas coming up for this year.
You know what I'm waiting for? I'm excited for.
You're excited for our interview?
Interview.
Yeah, that's anytime we can do that.
We need to get that going, yeah.
Yep, we will. And hopefully next episode we'll have a guest in the studio. We'll see how that goes. And there's a couple other things I'll talk to Udi about later about some ideas that I have. And Jess will be back. She's working tonight, unfortunately, but she will be back. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. Udi, where can people find you for more witty banter?
You can find me on my main social, which is Instagram, which is HAXGOALIE, Haxgoalie. I'm really only on there. Twitter is a trash heap, so I don't go on there.
Right.
And then Facebook, an older trash heap. So yeah, if you want to DM me directly. I respond. And then you can also find me on my other podcast, like I just mentioned a little bit ago, the Mando Show podcast, which is myself, my older brother Derek. A few guys might know Joey Pittman from a multitude of other podcasts, and one Chad, our resident Mandalorian, and we are covering right now Book of Boba Fett. And we already have our review for episode 1 out, and we will have, by time of recording, episode 2 will be out, and maybe even episode 3 by the time this gets published. So we're on it. We're super excited. So find me there. Yeah. At the Mando Show.
Okay. And you can reach us by email at info@leavingtodaypodcast.com. But we are also very accessible via Instagram at Leaving Today Podcast. And on there, you have a link tree that has ways you can buy some of our merchandise, connect with us that way. And also, if you want to support the show, we have it, make it easy on the Patreon link there as well. So I expect next episode we will have a guest in. I think there'll be a trip report from Udi. Udi will be in Anaheim. So that will be exciting. Is there? I don't want to go on a big jag about this, but is there anything in particular you're going to buy, or anything you're looking for, any merchandise specifically for this for you?
I have had the debate in my head.
Okay.
And the only thing I told myself, no saber.
Ooh.
I know. Now I have one caveat to that.
Yes.
My brother. He may wind up doing that with my nephew. And if they end up doing it, I may just do that, because that is something that you can't replace with anything. You know what I mean?
Understood.
There's no other way. So if they do in fact end up doing that, there's a high likelihood that I'll be like, okay, I'm in.
Yeah, if you know what he's talking about, then you know what he's talking about. That's just the only way I can say it.
The only other thing that I can really think of will be if there's any cool shirt or hoodie of some kind at Star Trader, or the Chopper droid.
Okay. I thought you were gonna say something else. Okay, so it threw me off.
Like what?
I thought you were gonna say maybe something from Marvel over at Adventures Campus.
It would have to be something really cool. I've never been able to bring myself to buy anything Marvel related. I don't know why, because, well, I'm more of a DC guy anyway, or was. I'm really like out of comics because of what they've been doing. But
wait a minute, I thought don't you have like a Under Armour Marvel shirt or something?
Yeah, I have a few.
Okay, so you have bought those.
Yeah, but overall, yeah, I have a tendency to buy more DC. The only real other than Cap, I have a few Captain Americas just because Cap is my favorite. So if they have something cool. Cap related, yeah, you may get me to buy something Cap.
Cool.
Yeah, but usually I buy either and Deadpool. Well, Deadpool won't be there.
I don't think he's in the. I have no idea.
No, he's coming though. He's coming. The rumor mill. He's coming into the MCU.
He's not a Sony guy, is he?
Fox.
Okay. I'm all confused with those Marvel guys. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Well, we shall be anxiously waiting a trip report to see how it all goes for you and your family. I'm sure it's going to be wonderful. Yeah, it's going to be wonderful. And see what you guys end up getting. There's probably people listening right now for the first time going, who are these dudes talking about this carrying on about stuff? Well, this is how we do things. Sorry. And I'm /not sorry. This is how we do it.
No apologies.
No apologies. Anyways, that's going to wrap up this show. Thank you so much for listening to us. It means everything. And looking forward to 2022 with you guys. Hopefully we bring some new people along the way. We always seem to add like 2 or 3 very cool people every year, and they just stick. And that's wonderful. It's a beautiful thing that we've done here. All right, so thank you again. We love you. Adventure is out there, and we will see you in the parks.
See ya.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, Disneyland is now ended its normal operating day. We hope you enjoyed your visit to the Magic Kingdom and that the memories you've made will bring you back again soon.
Wow, these are smaller than I thought.
That's what she said.
No bed sheets.
Why are you yelling at me?
Because I like yelling at you.
Get over it.
I was just asking. I can't ask questions now?
No.
Oh, well, I'm gonna.
Okay.
Let's get going because I got tacos waiting for me.
Oh,
I'm going. Am I coming over or no?
No.
Right.
Put your phone away from your stuff. I like cake for the 3 of us.
I know. Jessica Aurora Farfan.
No.
What are you doing?
Definitely not.
Kitty. It's like a breath of fresh air.
Boy, was my face